How's it going, my peeps? It is now time for the Royal Rumble 2014 prediction game video. I'm excited for this because it's Royal Rumble time. One of my favorite pay-per-views, one of the best and most entertaining pay-per-views out there in my opinion, and I think a lot of you guys will agree with me here. I mean, especially because of the Royal Rumble matchup itself. It's just such an exciting matchup. It involves 30 superstars. You've got so many possible surprises and interactions. It's just an awesome matchup in general. And I'm looking forward to it. I always look forward to this pay-per-view. And while, you know, I'm a big fan of WrestleMania, love the biggest show of the year, the Rumble matchup, the Rumble pay-per-view, it's just my favorite because of the Royal Rumble matchup, which we only get to see once a year. The match always has some surprise entries, some surprise returns, so yeah, you can see why I like the Rumble. And I think you guys probably like the Rumble for the same reasons, or, you know, some of the same reasons. Anyways, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, although, you know, it's one of my favorite pay-per-views, it's usually you don't have as many matches on this pay-per-view as, let's say, a Night of Champions pay-per-view, for example. For the simple fact that the Rumble match itself takes up 1 hour of the pay-per-view. So, being that a pay-per-view lasts 3 hours, that leaves you with 2 hours of pay-per-view time. And, of course, that's except WrestleMania. WrestleMania is a 4-hour pay-per-view, but this is the Rumble, and although the Rumble is a special pay-per-view, it's one of their biggest pay-per-views, the Rumble is a 3-hour pay-per-view. So, anyways, guys, we're not just going to talk about the Royal Rumble matchup here, of course. This is the prediction game where I'll be talking about every single match on the card. And back to what I was saying about there being less matches this time around, I believe there's 5 matches on the card, and that is including the pre-show match. Now, I have a feeling maybe there's going to be a match added to this, and that matchup, I think, would be AJ Lee versus Naomi. I've already done a match card prediction for the Royal Rumble saying that I do think AJ Lee versus Naomi for the Divas Championship will take place at the Rumble. And while the match hasn't been announced, it hasn't been confirmed, I think if they do have some time on the show, that they could put that in, and we could see that matchup too, so that would make it 6 matches on the card. But yeah, basically what I'm going to do here, as always, I'm just saying this in case you guys are new to the channel, I'll be going over every single match on the match card, on the pay-per-view, and telling you guys who I think is going to win the matchup. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail in this video, I'm just going to tell you who I think is going to win the match. And then, in the simulations of those matches, I'll go into more detail. So I'll also be uploading simulations of all the other matches, like the Big Show vs. Brock match, the tag team match, and all of that. Even Cena and Randy Part 2, where I'll go into greater detail on my predictions and why I picked who I picked. And, as always, I encourage all of you guys to participate in the predictions and give me your predictions for every single matchup in the comment section below, and I'll also be asking you guys a bonus question. Since the Rumble match, the Rumble pay-per-view this year only has 5 matches, I'll add a bonus question to that, and we'll see if you guys get that bonus question correct. Now, I'll give you guys the bonus question, or ask you guys a bonus question at the end of this video. Anyways, let's actually not waste any more time here, and let's start with the predictions. So it all begins with the kickoff, of course, and it is going to be for the tag team championships of the world. It's going to be the tag team champions, the Brotherhood, Cody Rhodes, and Goldust defending their titles against the Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. And what's funny with this match is I went from not really knowing who to pick, who to go with, who to predict as the winning team, to thinking it was obvious and being like, oh, of course this team's gonna win, this other team's not gonna win. And then I went back to, oh, you know what? Actually, never mind that. I'm not sure who's gonna win here. Is this team gonna win? or I don't know, is Cody and Goldust gonna win? I went through a couple of different phases. I went from thinking I knew who was gonna win to not being sure. But of course, I do have to come to a conclusion. And in the end, I think I'm going to go with the New Age Outlaws walking away with the Tag Team Championships. And the reason why I went from, all those different phases is, well, actually a major part of it was the fact that it was announced as the pre-show match. Initially, I thought it was going to be a regular match up on the card, but it is on the pre-show, or actually kickoff, I should say. I keep, the whole pre-show thing is still in my mind. I keep saying pre-show a bunch of times when it's actually the kickoff, just because, for the simple fact that it was called the pre-show before. So, yeah, I'm going with the New Age Outlaws, walking away victorious in this matchup. Following that, you've got Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt in a one-on-one matchup. Now, I personally thought that this matchup was going to take place at the Elimination Chamber. I was like, alright, since Daniel Bryan never got a fair shot at Bray Wyatt one-on-one, I thought the match was going to take place. At first, I thought it was going to be at the Rumble. But then I thought about it a little bit, and I was like, no, you know what? I think it's going to take place at the Elimination Chamber. Of course, turns out I was wrong, and I was right in the first place. I should have stuck with the, Rumble, with them having a match at the Rumble. So yeah, it's taking place this Sunday, and this was also a hard match to predict. I didn't know who to pick. I didn't know whether to pick Daniel Bryan or Bray Wyatt. I spent a little time thinking whether to pick Bryan or Bray Wyatt. If you haven't noticed, I take my predictions seriously. And not really, I don't take them seriously, but bottom line, I like to be right. So I like to take my time when it comes to predictions. So I don't usually just see a matchup and I'm like, alright, this guy's gonna win without not too much thinking or whatever. So I like to take my time until, I guess I don't have any more time and, give my predictions. And in the end, I decided to go with Daniel Bryan on this one. But like I said, it's a hard match to predict. I didn't know who to go with. And I can still see Bray Wyatt also walking away with the victory here. I'll, of course, go into more detail in the simulation of the matchup. But for now, like I said, going with Daniel Bryan here. And then, following that, you've got the Big Show versus Brock Lesnar. So, the Giant versus the Beast. And this matchup is, for me, was like the complete opposite to Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt. Where this is real easy to predict for me, and maybe it is for you guys as well. I'm going with Brock Lesnar winning this one. Afterwards, you've got the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. It's going to be Randy Orton versus John Cena. A rematch from TLC, although not in a TLC match. Just a normal matchup where you have to win by pinfall or submission. I do remember Stephanie McMahon saying that the only way to win this match would be by pinfall or submission. So, is there or is there no disqualification? That is interesting. I just thought about that like right now. Actually, I thought about it when she announced it, but then I kind of forgot about it, and now it just, it just got brought back in my head or whatever. So, I'm wondering if maybe this match is no disqualification, but maybe John Cena doesn't know about that. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so who am I going to go with this match? Although I did do a little bit of thinking when it comes to this matchup, it wasn't as hard to predict or pick a winner as the Bryan-Bray Wyatt match. So I'm going to go with Randy Orton winning this matchup and retaining his championship. And then you've got the 30-man Royal Rumble matchup. Now, when it comes to this matchup, not all superstars have been confirmed. But about 20 superstars have been confirmed so far. So, I'll name them all. Those superstars are Batista, CM Punk, Alberto Del Rio, Biggie Langston, The Miz, R-Truth, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, Cody Rhodes, Goldust, Rey Mysterio, Fandango, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, Damien Sandow, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso. Now, of course, that leaves 10 spots left for either just other superstars from the roster, returning superstars, legends, and basically other superstars. So, who am I picking as the 2014 Royal Rumble winner? Man, this one I had to do a lot of thinking when it comes to this matchup, when it comes to the 30-man Royal Rumble match here. A lot of thinking. And I went back and forth so many times, but in the end, I've decided to go with Batista. So, that is it for my predictions. Now it's time for you guys to give me your predictions in the comment section below. And for the bonus question, I want to ask you guys, which match do you think will close out the show? So which is going to be the last match of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view? Is it going to be the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match between Randy and Cena, or the 30-man Royal Rumble? Tell me in the comment section below along with your prediction. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, you can click that like button down below. I'd really appreciate it. Let's try and get this video 100 likes. And with that said, I'm out, guys. See ya.